Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Grand Theft Auto 3. I'm the mysterious JG, and I got a exciting thing that happened off screen. I got a hot new car.
Is there a real sense of teamwork?
My friend.
There's no teamwork at all, buddy. This was all me. That's not true, actually. I'm about to show you something that happened. I'm quick going off my window so I can see. I'm offering thanks up to Chiro Vet, who is a YouTube user. He did not invent this trick, I believe, but his video walkthrough I found quite helpful. Not only did he go through the entire process of how to do this, which I did before on original hardware years ago based on reading it online, but he went through the whole thing and even kind of talked about how many tries it took him to get it to work and various things that could go wrong and showcased a successful attempt. But here, check it out. I got a new car, and it don't give a fuck how many times I shoot it. It also doesn't seem to care about grenades. I just hurt myself like a big dummy, but I did nothing to the car. How'd I do that? How come my car's invincible? Why am I being all coy about something that I mentioned in passing on screen? Well, let me park my car back in the garage and save it just in case I do something stupid and forget. But let me show you how I did it, with the caveat that it probably won't work because it took me about 6 or 7 tries to get it to work off screen. And as I'm showing it to you, I'll explain various things that can go wrong. Because I had a couple of fairly now that I've successfully done it, it's funny the things that went wrong. Before I had managed to pull the trick off, it was frustrating. Now that I've done it and it's in the rear view, some of the things that went wrong before are pretty funny. But as I'd mentioned, we wanted to make sure Turismo is replayable because Turismo gives us the opportunity for a little trick. This is D.I. of the Red Jacks. Oh wait, that's coming up later. I'm not at all a stereotype, senor. Oh, and I mentioned it in the comments of the last video, but when I went off on a crazy, spiel about how there was a character in the original Grand Theft Auto 3 who was like a sex pervert, and you had like mission briefings where he talked about double-ended dildos and other weird stuff, that I was like, whoa, I can't believe this is in a video game. And then I was like, wow, how could they cut that out? I mean, it wasn't plot essential, but geez, are we more prudish now than we were when this game came out? Blah, blah, blah. I was misremembering something that happens in Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. So, I'm not crazy. It's just not part of this game. It's part of the kind of cash-in, almost. Liberty City Stories was fun, but yeah, they obviously didn't do a ton of work. It uses this game's map and assets and just tells a different story. And that story includes a weird sex pervert character. Like, I looked it up, and I could not find in the GTA Wiki a character from 3. There's some, omitted material or originally planned material that got cut from GTA 3. There's rumors all over the place, and they've, I guess, at least per the Wiki, they've all been dispelled. There are always rumors that, I'm not explaining what I'm doing. I'm just, free associating. There are all these rumors that there was originally a mission where you fly a plane into the Love building in a mission to kill Donald Love, who's a character we'll meet later, and it got cut after 9/11, and the plane, which is still in the game, was nerfed so that it's a glider that can barely fly. Rockstar's come out and said, no, there was never any mission like that. That's just a made-up bullshit. But anyway, you might have noticed we were told to go to the starting point for this race, but instead, I've gone and found a coach bus. And I did mention, even when we did this fair-ish and square-ish, we cheated very slightly, and I'll do it again. You start this race by lining up on the starting point or by just nudging one of the cars. And then it immediately starts. So now we have a bus. We're actually traveling the wrong direction. But we're going to bump into these guys on our way past. And I actually didn't quite touch them. So now, the triads are one of the things that can screw this up. Because the triad guys are auto-hostile to me because I've been doing missions for Tony Cipriani. And actually, for the rest of the game, Chinatown is a fairly dangerous place for your character to go. But you trigger the race, and then you drive your bus back towards your hideout. Because they will pass by your hideout on the route of the race. Love your brothers in the Sylvan, by the way. Everything will be made possible unto you. Because we can... Oh, he can surely turn the tide. Because he's God, by the way. Push the tempest. So we're parking this van here, or the bus here, to try to make it so that when they race by here, they will crash into the van and crash into the van, go flying into your headquarters zone, and if you're lucky, they will land upside down. If they land upside down, we can push them into the open garage with the flipped over car, because the driver will, well, I'll explain, if we're super lucky, it'll actually work. I don't think it's going to work. It took me several tries to get it to work, so it's unlikely to work the very first time I'm doing it on camera. But you got the basic idea. The cars ram into this bus, they flip over, and then we can get them. Various things went wrong for me in the past, including traffic lining up behind the bus and getting aggressive and driving into the bus and pushing it along. So that guy flipped, but didn't land on his... This guy's gonna... Oh, that's an interesting one, but no, he didn't land on it. He landed on his wheels. It does us no good for them to land on the... And that guy just bypassed it. So... You saw the guy landed in here, right? But he landed on his wheels, and now he's disappeared because he got off camera. The way this basically works is if you get them anywhere in here, or even out on the street, but they're flipped onto their back. And that one guy, I thought we were going to get the guy. He landed. He was on his back on the top of the bus, but as he fell off of the bus, he went back on his wheels. Actually, oh, for a minute I thought I saw the arrow. The one of them still here. But if they land anywhere in here and they're on their back, the trick is you want to be in a vehicle, because I tried to do it on foot and it was just difficult. You could turn the car around, but you couldn't push it forward. You need to be in a vehicle, and you need to kind of carefully nudge it and push it and nudge it until you move it forward into the open garage. But you actually need to let race time expire, which should happen shortly. We're going to get a message in a second saying we lost the race. Because only once that happens will the Diablo driver get out of the car and walk away. Once the car is empty and flipped over, you nudge it into the garage. Then you pull back and you save. And when you go back into the garage, you have your sweet, sweet bulletproof cheetah. That doesn't give a fuck about your grenades. Although actually, if you do that to a car in the garage, it will be destroyed, but then being in the garage will heal it anyway. But what happened off screen, a couple things happened. At one point I had a police wanted level, which made it kind of frustrating. Although usually you can lose that by just driving real slowly around in the coach until they leave you alone. Other times, like, you know, they would hit they would swing around the bus on either side. If you left any room here, they would just sneak through here. Or they would go on the outside of it. I had times where a driver over here got aggressive and just started driving hard into the bus and therefore pushed the bus out of position. I also had a time I actually got them to flip over the right way, but I had stolen a Triad fish truck, and other Triad, basically Triad fish trucks started chasing me. They got hostile and aggroed and were chasing me as I came here. So I stole one of them after I set up the bus, but another one kept chasing me around, and I was interfering. I was trying to use the Triad truck to push a car into the garage, and the other Triad truck kept ramming me and knocking it out of position. And the trick is, if you ever let the flipped over car off screen, like you just turn around or you change perspectives, you change camera, it will disappear. You have to keep it on screen all the time. So it was really, having this other car interfering was really difficult. And eventually, I took a chance and started, like switching back and forth to side view so that I could, fire Uzis. And because the car was right on my nose that I was trying to push, I didn't lose it because it was still on screen. But that made eventually the Triad truck exploded, but I was close enough to it that it made me blow up too. And I tried to get out of my truck and run away, but then doing that caused the car to disappear. Another time, as I was driving the coach truck, Triad guys kept pulling me out of it, and I had to fight them and then get back in the truck, and that happened like 10 times, and it was ridiculous. But basically what I'm getting at is it took a lot of tries. But as you saw there, we flipped a guy over. He didn't land. He landed on his wheels and drove back out. We flipped a guy over and landed on his wheels. Another guy we flipped over, and he was up here somewhere, and he just sort of disappeared. And honestly, the time that I got this in here, there was another one that landed over here but was still on its wheels, and it was trapped here driving hard into this corner. But because it didn't flip over, when the race was over, the Diablo driver never got out. He just kept driving here, so when I loaded the game, he was gone. But you still can't steal it unless the driver gets out. So now we've got a bulletproof car. If we flip it over, it will still explode. So we can lose this thing, but it will be and it no longer has super lock doors. That was some kind of quaint trick of that was some kind of trick. Well, now I'm curious, what do we do? Oh no, we didn't win, so of course we would do it again. I'm not interested in redoing Turismo now because we got what we wanted, which was the supercar. But yeah, like I believe people can pull us out of this car. It's not it's not super door locks like we had when trying to steal it from others. So it can be flipped over. If it lands in water, we're screwed. But yeah, just like crashing into walls and shit. Oh, never mind. That does damage it. Can I destroy it this way? Oh, looks like I can. Maybe it's just bulletproof. Okay, well, I'll have to bear that in mind. Okay, well that's okay. It's not quite as good as I thought. I didn't think we could destroy it by anything other than flipping it over, but just regular crashing into walls does damage it and can destroy it. So it's bulletproof, but otherwise it's a normal car. Still good because when we're driving through certain areas like Chinatown, we will get shot at, and there's going to come a point later in the story where some of the areas that are currently safe, without spoiling it, will not be safe anymore as far as people will shoot at us. So, I am not going to... I'll use it. We'll take it out on this next mission, but what you always have to ask yourself before you take this bulletproof cheetah out is, am I about to start a mission where I'm going to be given a, okay, we need you to take this truck and go do this mission, in which case you got to load because you're going to lose your bulletproof cheetah. If you succeed in the mission. But I'll take this with, and we'll see if they'll let us use it in this mission. It'd be nice if we got to at least do one mission using our awesome bulletproof cheetah before it's just retired as a car that we're going to save but never get to use. Hey, Tony. Salvatore's called a meeting. Ooh, closer to the end of the story than I thought we were.
Don Salvatore has called a meeting. I need you to collect the limo and his boy Joey from the garage. Then get Luigi from his club. Come back here and pick me up. Then we'll all drive over to the boss's place together. Those triads, they don't know when to stop. They want a war, they got a war. Now get going.
Okay, well, this is a driving mission, so we are going to lose our car. But there's also no time limit, so... You're dead, bitch! Which means I can just drive back to our headquarters and park it. It's fine. That is if I avoid destroying it on my way. I think I got confused for a second about where we were because I'm used to that purple marker being something else because I've done this race off screen so many times. Pussy. So we'll put our not as useful as I thought, but still cool and unique bulletproof cheetah. It's unique, although we can get more. Like, theoretically, if I want to have one on the other islands, once we unlock the other islands for normal access, where it doesn't involve a glitch to get there, I could just come back and do Turismo over and over and over, so that because I've got garages on the other 2 islands hold 2 cars each, so I can hold a total of 5 cars. So if I wanted to go nuts, I could get like 5. No, we should really be playing Double Cliff on this Mafia mission. But yeah, I mean, I could go crazy and decide I want 5 bulletproof cheetahs. By the way, it's kind of insulting, and you have to deal with it at least once to get your bulletproof cheetah. But when you lose that race, it says you couldn't. It's like you couldn't win a raffle or something like that. It's pretty insulting. Oh, I believe it was you couldn't win a raffle. You couldn't win a wrestling. You couldn't win a raffle, loser. Okay, well then there's supposed to be a limo, right? Yeah. Yeah, but I thought there was more setup missions left than there are. This means we're close to the point in the plot where we actually get in with the Mafia for real. What did he say, get going, or how you doing? Great start, huh? I think I've got subtitles on. Although it might just be... Yep, I think subtitles just only appear for mission text and not, like, some of the background stuff. Even if it's unique background stuff, it's only going to occur at this point, like when Joey gets in your car. So Luigi was connected because he's one of the guys we're taking to this meeting. And this is our big chance because we've done work for Luigi, Joey, and Tony. And this is kind of where we need to be careful driving through Triad territory because that guy was trying to take us out.
Those of you who read my weekly memoirs, Entertainment, in the Liberty Tree will understand how important this next movement
So,
is to me.
limo not in perfect shape, but is Michael coming with us, or is it just Luigi? It's just Luigi. I think we've risen above Michael's level. How you doing, kid? Hey, thanks for giving a ride to me in this here ute. What is a ute? Oh, I'm sorry, I mean youth. Works better when it's utes and youths. So we go all the way to Tony's place. He sends us to go get a limo and pick up various people, including him, but we have to pick him up last. There's no dialogue where Luigi and Joey, one of them is complaining the other's taking up too much room. And there's nothing where they get rearranged in their seating patterns according to where the dialogue wants them to be to make that joke. Ah, good. I see you came for me last as I instructed. So there's quite a few Mafia missions to do. We're advancing from that far faster than I thought. GTA's story moves pretty fast if you let it. Should I be opening the door for him?
No fancy crap.
Uh-oh. Why am I wanted? I had a wanted star before I shot them. This is not a bulletproof limo. Fuck you, cop. I mean, what the hell? What do they expect? Like, 8 guys get out and attack us, and we're under arrest. All right. Well, I mean, I definitely didn't do that right, because the way I was sandwiched in there, it was going to be really hard. I'm a little surprised none of the other Mafia, like, maybe Joey and Luigi I get, but, like, I would think that Tony would get out of the car, like, especially if you've played Liberty City stories. You would think that, like, if the triads suddenly jumped us, he would not be sitting in the car waiting for, I guess, what is his name? The protagonist's name, according to the wiki, he's been retconned to have a name. It's not Carl. I'm thinking Carl because of CJ. It's, well, whatever it is. I can't really picture Tony from what we've seen of him in the cinematics, and just the fact that he's the protagonist of Liberty City Stories. I can't see him just sitting in the car waiting for you to figure this out and then watching you get arrested. He's going to get out and start capping some asses. Then again, if the game had NPCs helping you, it would be too easy. You did see a randomly spawned Mafia guy shooting at one of the Triad guys, but...
Don Salvatore has called a meeting. I need you to collect the limo and his boy Joey from the garage. Then get Luigi from his club. Come back here and pick me up. Then we'll all drive over to the boss's place together. Those Triads, they don't know when to stop. They want a war, they got a war. Now get going.
What's his mom prattling about in the background? I got to steal Tony's car, actually. Oh, Tony's got the game radio. He probably likes them game girls. They talk about doing it at the after party. Oh, this is the ultimate Stretch Armstrong bit. Stretch Armstrong is there with you. For whatever reason, the one where they do Stretch Armstrong is now in your world, and then he talks about a carjacking, they just immediately segue into another Stretch Armstrong is now in your world. At some point, they talk about the game girls, talk about doing it at the after party, and when he says doing it, I believe they mean fucking everybody. I mean, that's my guess. Call me a low class person, if you will.
How you doing?
Yeah, okay, he says, how you doing?
Has your marriage gone stale? Has the spark gone out of your love life? Looking to add a little adventure to the monotony of monogamy? Hello, I am Fernando Martinez.
There's a truck, but it's not officially a Triad truck.
A revolutionary new way.
So yeah, we actually got minor annoyance out of the Triads before the plot Triad annoyance, so let's just avoid Chinatown. And reach the point in the story where we have to deal with a Triad ambush and not bring any Triad problems on ourselves before we get there. Well, so much for that. That weird sing song. I don't even know what they're supposed to be saying, but yeah, that's Triad, guys.
See, the passion chase back. Phil's marriage is saved, and his kids will have a daddy to look up to. Call new beginnings today.
So not sure what the best way to sneak by these guys is, but...
I guarantee it. Fernando,
How you doing, kid?
How you doing, kid? This is one of those where if we try to use a submachine gun to kill the Triad guys rather than flee, it's likely to backfire because we're likely to have the trucks blowing up and causing our limo to blow up which I'm about 90% sure that's game over. Like, I don't think, even if somehow your mafia passengers got out of the limo, I think they're still going to be game over. Now, I'd think that if you survive an ambush like this, like, they would probably be grateful, even if the car got destroyed, that you got them all out alive. But no, it's not the way it's going to work. You fail the mission because you don't deliver them to the meeting in the limo.
I'm a mom, not a conservationist.
Well, actually, facing this way is going to make things probably easier.
No fancy crap.
Now, more hits from the 60s. 1716.
Oh, wow. There's, okay, so I, worked pretty hard to avoid that, and that was not good enough. I think I remember how to get here, though. This will be our first time on screen needing to go here. And it looks like we all... Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Here's the problem. Now I'm stuck. I can't get out. Okay. Damn, the other Triad vehicles got away too. There's a lot of them. Bulletproof cheetah would have been a nice vehicle, but this, yeah, we're fucked. We're gonna get game over for sure. And they are toast. They do not even attempt to escape. Vice City, I would complain. Hey, I wish, you know, the various people were trying. I wish Lance Vance would get out of the car and flee to a newer car with me faster. He gets out of the car, but now he's standing around right next to the car. What does he think he's doing? It's about to explode. Yeah, these guys are not even going to try to get out of that limo. So I kind of thought I had it when I first slipped away. But the problem then was that there was a couple Triad cars blocking us from getting to... That road leads to Salvatore's mansion. I suppose it's possible that we could cheat, see if those guys are already spawned before we've picked everyone up in the limo, but I don't think they will be. I don't think... Yeah, I suppose I did steal a van right in front of a cop, didn't I? It seems pretty minor compared to what we're getting ready to do. So it didn't really register. So what we'll try to cheese it to see if, hey, can we, before we even get the limo, can we engage that group of guys? Blow them up. I believe that in years past, when I've done this on original hardware, I just drove right through that rather than shooting people. Like, once I saw all those guys there and I thought the pursuit was gone and I just needed to deal with them, that's when I went with Uzi as an option. Which was a mistake because the pursuit wasn't gone, it was just behind a bit. But I think the real correct approach is to literally just drive right through the middle of them. They're kind of touching, but if you have some momentum, you can just knock them apart. Don Salvatore has decided that he wants us all to be murdered by the Triads in your limo. Make it happen. Oh. Okay, never mind. I just decided to fuck his car up. Not actually going to use it. So let's see what would happen if we were to... Sorry, Mafia. If we were to go to the path out it. Okay. So this is where we need to actually go, and the... The Triad guys are not even there yet. Ah, keep getting confused. I'm trying to get to game radio. Keep cycling past it. Not in the street. Not in the street.
For my man Stretch Arm, the undisputed champ. Joey Bang, I'm like this. Joe, hella green, no. These cats think they're nice nowadays. These cats think they got.
Alright, we'll take one more crack at this video. Otherwise, this video will be entirely me failing at this mission and showing that I have a bulletproof car that we can't use for this mission.
How you doing?
But this is reminding me, yeah, the bulletproof car, I was remembering, like, having had one in the past and not found much use for it. I thought I would still grab one for the LP. But now I'm remembering why it's not useful. Most of the time, there are going to be points in the game, particularly when you're driving around between missions just having fun, but you're in an area where gangs are hostile. They'll shoot at you. Most of the time, if you're on a mission, the reason your car is going to get wrecked is because hostile cars are actually ramming you and shit. It's not just people on foot shooting at you.
Don't you? I like to listen to this next movement while enjoying a fine Chardonnay and a warm brie at my summer retreat in the Catskills.
So I guess I kind of got confused about where to turn there. So we're covering a bit more ground than we need to. And there's really no reason whatsoever to do extra driving and risk extra damage on this limo before you get into the rough spot we will be encountering soon. But this mission's kind of a big deal. I mean, like they're trusting you to be their driver, but in addition to driving them, you end up, if you get them out of a triad ambush, I would think you've earned some major credibility with these mafia guys, right? Something Club, Sex Kitten Club, okay. I still can't tell what the top.
How you doing, kid?
How you doing, kid? So word on that sign, the vertical sign, which I couldn't quite figure out what it was supposed to be. Damn it. I decided I wanted to avoid hitting those people, and then not only did I end up hitting a light pole and damaging the limo, I still hit the people.
But please, call me the maestro.
That's right, I'm David Flair, and I'm an insane freak who's riding around a piano in the sky. I'm the maestro. Okay, Tony, we need you to hurry up here. Oh no, apparently we can't skip this cinema. Like, I'm ready to gun it and get out of here, but we have to watch him get in the car first. Why are you going all the way over there? No! I guess somebody else already got in the front seat.
No fancy crap.
Here we go. This is actually a good approach. Though he could mess me up, but I think I'm going. Yeah, I'm going dead on here. This is the way to do it. This is actually the way to do it. Okay. These triad vans will keep coming after me, but it's actually fairly easy if you do it exactly that way. Did not realize quite how easy that could be. I'm assuming there were mafia guards outside protecting us.
Real good. Come on, let's introduce you to the Don.
Don't see how it was so tough the first two times.
My girls have been missing you so long, Salvatore. You've been away too long.
You tell them once this unfortunate business is taken care of, we'll all go down to the club and celebrate, okay?
Lots of hookers. Lots of
My
hookers.
boy,
How you doing, Pop?
you got yourself a good woman yet? Hey, your mother, God bless her soul, would be turning over in her grave to see you without a wife.
I know, Pop. I'm working on it.
Misty's not the marrying type.
How's your mama? She's a great woman, you know, strong, Firenze.
She's good. Fine.
Terrific, terrific. Now listen, you guys, you go inside while I talk to our new friend here.
I heard you've been driving our hookers around real good.
For you, my boy.
I heard you've done a great job with our various prostitutes. $15,000, and now we can do missions for Salvatore Sincere. So let's get out of here before we accidentally trigger one. Before I can save my game. It's pretty much time to call it a video, isn't it? What is the best way out of here? Yeah, I knew there's a path down. Okay, that's how we get out. So I'm going to go throw down a save. But I can actually do that off screen. So when we come back next time, I will have saved. We don't have any other missions to do. I mean, I could do missions. I could go, We've got Turismo for El Burro, and I'm pretty sure that one just recycles forever. I don't think we get to do his other missions over again. And we've done all the missions for Dog Food Psycho, and all of the Mafia missions we've done so far were to set up working directly for Don Sal Sincere here. So when we come back next time, we'll be working for Sal Sincere. Catch you guys then.